Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Your Atlanta Braves, nothing. Pirates, nothing. Bottom of the first inning. First pitch on the way from Ronaldo Lopez. Raylo misses low with a four-seam fastball to Andrew McCutchen. It's 1-0. McCutchen, righty-righty matchup. 232 average. The 1-0. Pitches saw it off foul. It's 1-1. 738 OPS. McCutchen, 7 home runs on the year. So a 1-1 count. Here comes the pitch. Fastball right there for a strike. 95. Kisses the black on the outer edge. It's 1-2. The 1-2 from Lopez. Swung on, pops it up. High in the sky. Should be playable for Harris, coming in at center, running in. He'll make the catch. One away. Started off kind of slow and then had to pick up steam. That wind is pushing the ball back in from center field. That may have had a factor with it. It's actually a little closer to where Ozzie played than where Harris was coming from. But he calls everybody off. One down. One down, and Brian Reynolds comes to the plate. Reynolds, switch hitting left fielder, saw it off the 96-mile-an-hour fastball down the line. It's 0-1. Reynolds, drafted by the Giants in the second round in 2016 out of Vanderbilt. Part of those great Vanderbilt teams in the mid-20 teens. The 0-1 fouls it back. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. We'll hit the out-of-town scoreboard here in a second. Couple of games already taken place. They're in the bottom of the 10th, and the Giants lead the Mets 7-2. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt, 1-2. Orioles 5, White Sox 3. That game is in the 8th. Twins and Rangers 5-3 Minnesota. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Raylo got him with the slider bending down below the kneecaps near his ankles. 2 away. Washington 1, Seattle nothing. That game is in the 3rd. A's lead the Astros 2-0 in the bottom of the 3rd. Royals 1-0 over Tampa. That game is in the 3rd. First pitch on the way to Connor Joe is up high for a ball. It's 1-0. Brewers Red Sox scoreless in the 2nd is the 1-0. Down away 2-0. Later on tonight, you got the Dodgers and Reds and Cubs and Cardinals. Those are your 2 national games on Fox at 7:15. Phillies and Rockies at 9:10 is the 2-0. Right there at the knees, 2-1. Phillies finally lost a game. Dropped one to the Rockies last night, so the Braves did not lose any ground. Tough task tonight, though. You got Hudson going to the hill versus Nola. Hudson has a 5.89 ERA. The 2-1 pitch swung on. That ball is going to get dropped into center field. Harris cuts it off, fires it back into the infield, keeps Joe to a 2-out single. Connor Joe had to hustle back to the bag. Ozzie flips it over there. He took a wide turn at first. Later on tonight, you also have Guardians and Angels, 9:38 Eastern. Yankees and Padres, 9:40. That's a good matchup. Marcus Stroman versus Dylan Cease. Diamondbacks host the Marlins at 10:10. Earlier today, the Tigers beat the Blue Jays 2-1. Reese Olson gets his first win of the year. He is a Georgia native. First pitch on the way from Ronaldo Lopez to O'Neal Cruz is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Curveball down below the knees. 1-1. Ronaldo Lopez throws that four-seam fastball in the mid to high 90s 58% of the time. And he mixes in that slider about 29% of the time. Other than that, it's the curve and sometimes a changeup. The 97-mile-an-hour fastball is right down the pipe going down Main Street. It's 1-2. So a 1-2 count, runner on first, 2 outs. The pitch on the way, in the dirt. Good take by Cruz, evens up the count 2-2. You got a 2-2 count. Lopez's 17th pitch of the day. Swung on, lifted high into right field. Should be Acuna. He's got it. That'll end the inning. So the Pirates put one on, but they can't get him across. We'll grab the bats. Arcia, Harris, and Tromp coming to the dish.
Look, dude, when we go in here, can you please just be normal? I am normal, dude. I'm normal. My actions are normal. Dude, I'm normal, man. Hold on, dude. Seriously, I gotta grab some t-shirts out of my car. They were on sale at Walmart for $1. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to sell them to some folks. No, you're not gonna sell t-shirts. T-shirts like the most normal shirt that there is. That doesn't make any sense. And I got them for $1, dude. I'm about to flip a hustle, dude. Hustling ain't normal no more. Hustling is not normal at Nana's funeral. Nana would never say that.
If only the world was less like this.
I could use a smoke.
Hey, put that out!
And more like this.
I could use a smoke.
You murderer! I might have children one day!
If you're around a smoker, smokers may look relaxed and like they're having fun. Don't believe it. Vote yes on Proposition 421. Let's outlaw smoking everywhere, even in people's homes. Let's live in a world without smokers. Prohibition works. Let's prove it.
Armchair.
Why is everybody mad when I ask their zodiac sign on the first date? They are like, oh, you're one of those? One of what? I simply asked your zodiac sign, and why is it such a big deal to tell me what it is? They act like I came from a psychic ward or something. It's giving Scorpio anyways.
Despite the ban, the Pythians became the first recorded all-black team to play a white team, the Philadelphia City Items, a group of newspapermen. The Pythians won 27-17. Their captain, Octavius Cato, was later killed in a Philadelphia race riot.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way to Orlando. Arcia is swung on and swatted back foul behind the plate. It's 0-1. Orlando batting .242, 5 home runs, 17 RBI, just a .670 OPS. The 0-1 right there for a strike. It's 0-2. This lineup becomes much longer on Monday when Riley and Murphy supposedly return. As the 0-2 pitch off the plate wide, 1-2. So a 1-2 swing, check swing, fouls it down the line over the first base dugout, well out of play. We'll do it again. Braves nothing, Pirates nothing. The 1-2 dragged over to third, deep into the third base hole. Arcia is gonna beat it out with a hustling infield single, and your Atlanta Braves got something going here in the top of the second inning. I don't know what it is, but it seems like they're a little more alert in this game. I don't want to say they were half-assing it in the first game of this series, but they seem to almost, I don't know, kind of going through the motions the first few innings. This one seems just a little different. The first pitch on the way to Michael Harris's second. Swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. The main play I'll point to is when Harris got the ball from Connor Joe's single and got it into the infield, and Ozzie fired it back into first. That was a very alert defensive play on all ends. They're going to chase Arcia back to the bag. He just kind of dives over to first and touches the pillow well before the tag. Michael Harris is second, batting .255 with 5 home runs, 17 RBI, a .672 OPS. The 0-1 inside misses. They call it for an inside strike, 0-2. So the 0-2 count. High and out of the zone. 96 miles an hour, 1-2. Braves nothing, Pirates nothing. Top of the second inning if you're just joining us. As the 1-2, swing and a miss. Harris went fishing on that one. Nowhere near the zone. That sweeper was down around the back of his shoes in the batter's box. So 1 down. Once again, the wind's blowing in from left center into home plate. First pitch on the way to Jared Kelenic is swung on and slapped over into the outfield. A diving catch by Olivares will be F9. A really good defensive play. Robbed Kelenic of a single. 2 down. They had Tromp on your screen, but it was Kelenic at the plate. So 1 on, 2 outs. Chadwick Tromp now the batter. First pitch on the way to Chadwick is inside 95 miles an hour. It's 1-0. Once again, when they are on the road, I don't know what interns. You talk about half-assing it. The interns that do the Braves Bally's road games. The 1-0 pitch, swung on, grounded over towards short. Cruz has it, flips it to second, and that'll end the inning. So back-to-back innings, the Braves get the runner on. Back-to-back innings, we get nothing. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
On June 30th, 1996, the Los Angeles Dodgers are playing the Colorado Rockies Coors Field. The game included 7 lead changes, 38 hits, and 10 home runs. 11 pitchers made their way into the game, and all 11 of them gave up at least 1 run, and 5 of them suffered a blown save, a major league record. 14 of the 18 half innings saw a run cross the plate. The Dodgers hit 6 home runs, including 3 on back-to-back-to-back pitches in the second inning. Colorado Rockies second baseman Eric Young stole 6 bases. 3 of them came in the third inning when he stole second, third, and home. Speaking of stolen bases, there were 10 in the game. In the 7th, Steve Reed throws the last scoreless half inning on 7 pitches. With 2 outs and a runner on first in the 9th, the losing pitcher, Todd Worrell, had pitched twice in the series already and had not allowed a run in the series until that day. The winning pitcher, Bruce Ruffin, turned a 2-run lead into a 1-run deficit in his lone inning. The game took 4 hours and 20 minutes to complete. It was, at the time, the longest 9-inning game in National League history. 2.5 months later, Hideo Nomo would return to Coors Field, and he threw a no-hitter, the only one in Coors Field history.
On October 14th, 1992, the Pittsburgh Pirates were in Atlanta, facing the Braves in the 7th and deciding game of the National League Championship Series. With 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th, Pittsburgh led 2-1, but Atlanta had the bases loaded. A pinch hitter, Francisco Cabrera, who had only 10 at-bats all season, was at the plate.
And now the Braves season hangs in the balance. He hacked at the 2-0, now the 2-1. Line drive and a base hit! Just as the score...
With the tying run in, most assumed that the runner on second, Sid Bream, hobbled by 5 knee operations, would be held at third. But the third base coach sent Bream anyway.
Bream to the plate! And he is saved! Saved at the plate! The Braves go to the World Series!
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Ronaldo Lopez goes back to work against the number 5 hitter Gonzalez. Nick Gonzalez takes one inside, 4-seam fastball near the rib cage. It's 1-0. Braves nothing, Pirates nothing, bottom of the second inning. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and fists it foul behind home plate. 1-1. It appears that all the cloud coverage is gone. We're just going to get kind of a hazy, partly cloudy type of day going forward, which will be good for baseball. We had about a 25-minute rain delay as the 1-1 pitch is down and away 2-1. Same two teams back at it tomorrow. Early game on that one is the 2-1 pitch. Did he go around? They said that he did, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Righty, caught, looking strike 3. 97, hot cheese on the outside part of the plate. Good night, Irene. 1 away. Gonzalez doesn't like it, but he dropped a dime right there. You get whiplash trying to keep up with that one. So 1 down. Oliveras, the right fielder, comes to the plate, pops up the first pitch he sees. High into right center field. Who wants it? Acuna's got it. 1 away. Or, excuse me, 2 away. 2 away. Washington 1, Seattle nothing. That game's in the top of the 4th. Williams on the bump for Washington. So we would most likely see him Thursday. He's been pretty good this year. Washington's pitching's been pretty good this year. First pitch on the way is a bending curveball, top of the zone for a strike. Might have been a touch high, but we'll take it. To Yasmani Grandal, the hind catcher, it's 0-1. Grandal batting .213, a .633 OPS. Righty-lefty, the pitch. 97, bean off the plate. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Fastball right there at the knees. 96. Locomotive coming right down the line. It's 1-2. Lopez at 26 pitches. Bottom of the second inning. The 1-2. Swing and slices that 97-mile-an-hour heat over towards the third base side. We'll do it again. You got a 1-2 count. Righty-lefty. Lopez brings it. 96 way off the plate wide, 2-2. He's missed with that fastball a few times out high and wide. About the third or fourth time that he's missed, but when he's gotten him in, man, he's hitting him right at the knees. The 2-2 pitch, curveball swung on, lifted into right center field, coming down, making the catch is Michael the Hawk Harris. He had a long way to go and a short time to get there. We're eastbound and down, headed to the third.
I got a raise today in medication dosage, but it's still a raise, so.
If I scroll past one more ad, you can be a nurse in so-and-so weeks. I live in Florida. I can be a nurse for free in just a couple days, man.
Hey, did y'all hear about that lady that poked her boyfriend 108 times because she was in a cannabis-induced psychosis? What? Listen, I smoke the best of the best of the best, sir, and never. I have a prescription. Mine's from the government. It's the best of the best, okay? Never have I slipped into a psychosis. She said she took 2 hits from the good old Billabong. Now, I've taken too many hits from the Billabong, and never have I slipped into a psychosis. A coma, maybe, if you take too many. You ain't able to get off the couch. And do you know how much energy it takes to 108 times? What kind of weed were you smoking? PCP?
History began on July 4th, 1776. Everything before that was a mistake.
Hey, has anybody else thought to themselves how the hell we ain't ran out of phone numbers yet? Or was it just me?
On September 6, 1995, 5 months after the strike had ended, the Orioles faced the California Angels in Baltimore. Tickets for this game had been sold out for months. After 4.5 innings of play, the game was official. Cal Ripken had played in 2,131 consecutive games. It would be 3 more years before he finally took a day off. By then, Cal Ripken had played in 2,632 straight games.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Turning out to be a beautiful day at PNC Park. Cloud coverage, but all in all, we avoided the raindrops, and after a 25-minute delay, we're back to work. The first pitch on the way, top of the third inning, to Zach Short is inside, down, called for a strike. It's 0-1. Does appear like home plate umpire Wendelstedt's going to be calling the low strike today. Looking at his numbers, that's kind of his MO. He will give you much more leeway north and south than east and west. The 1-1 swung on, chopped foul down the third baseline. It's 1-2. We do have available off the bench today Joey Wendell, Travis d'Arnaud is the 1-2 pitch. Sweeper misses outside wide, 2-0. And Adam Duvall. d'Arnaud would typically only come in via injury or maybe extra innings. So a 2-2 count. Pitch on the way, swung on, slice foul it out of play. We'll do it again. They typically don't want the catcher who's going to catch tomorrow, the day game, doing any kind of catching work the day before. The 2-2 swung on, lifted into right center field. Making the catch, drifting over, is the right fielder, Olivares. He's been busy today, 1 down. So 1 down, and that'll bring Ronald Acuna Jr. to the plate. The first time up, just a 1 pitch out, but he did give that ball a ride. And he has had much success against Mitch Keller, 3 home runs lifetime. First pitch on the way to Acuna is a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, 4-seamer. I guess that was high, 1-0. Looks like Wendelstedt's calling it much more low than high today. The 1-0. Cutter down and away, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Keller, by the way, is at 33 pitches. Here with 1 out in the third. Righty, the pitch on the way. Swing, and that ball's lifted into center field. But lazy fly ball will drop into the glove of the center fielder, Bay. 2 down. Ji-Won Bae, 24-year-old, out of Korea. He's been with the Pirates since 2022. First pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies is a curveball, well off the plate, wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Ozzie doubled his first time up. Atlanta Braves, first hit of the day. The 1-0. Another curveball, misses wide and high, 2-0. Righty-lefty, open stance. The 2-0. Up high. Whoa. That pitch was high and out of the zone. Called for a strike. Wendelstedt. He's spotting dimes and eating onions over there. The 2-1 pitch. Swing, and fouls it back. Evens up the count, 2-2. I mean, he has been all over the board so far with his strike calls. The 2-2. Inside, down and in, 3-2. So a 3-2 count. There was a there was a ball in that same area. Now, granted, it was to the right-hand hitter, but in that same area, but much lower, and it was called a ball. The 3-2. Caught looking, strike 3. Looked like that might have grabbed the inside paint. Ozzie doesn't like what he's seeing from Wendelstedt. Can't say I blame him. He's being extremely inconsistent. We'll be back in a flash. Le'Veon Bell, he put out a single for people to listen to on Twitter of a rap album that he's really proud of. He asked for people to critique it. Keenan Allen, the receiver of the Chargers, came back with the trash emoji. And what's even better, I can't do it justice because we're on radio, you've got to see the video. The video that he put up. Oh, my God. It's like the most funny and exciting thing I have ever seen because it's like really bad late 80s, early 90s rap video. But anyways, it's staged almost like black and white. He's like under a bridge somewhere where there's like a bonfire going.
Hard times.
So like, yeah.
Hard times.
You know, hard times for a guy making millions.
He can relate.
But the funniest part is when he's got the hoodie on, he's doing poses and stuff like that and kind of jiving around. And then out of nowhere, sorry, I can't get it out. He comes up from under the screen. So in other words, like
from the Muppets or something?
Almost like the Muppets.
When you see just the figure just come straight up.
Yes, the gig comes straight up while he's also in the background. It's like the worst thing put together ever. I don't know how to edit a video. We could do better than this, I'm telling you.
Who's the director, Pouncey?
Armchair. In past years, the White Sox may have been worried about being caught by the powerful Yankees. But this season, they were simply too fast to catch, as Chicago finished ahead of New York and second place Cleveland.
It's a great thing for us to beat the Yankees. It's nice that we beat Cleveland, was to come in second, but to beat the Yankees was number one.
And finally, the Sox ended 40 years of futility when they captured the American League pennant.
There's the ground ball. Aparicio has a step on second, throws to first. The ball game's over. The White Sox are the champions of 1959. A 40-year wait has now ended.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way to Triolo. The right-hander scorches it down the left field line. That's going to be a leadoff double for the third baseman here in the bottom of the third inning. He was sitting dead red on that pitch. He just got a little bit too much of the plate, and he was able to slap it by a diving Zach Short just under his glove. So that'll bring up Bay to the plate. Gian Bay takes the first pitch, curveball down and in for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1, righty-lefty, pitch on the way. Fastball misses outside. 96, 1-1. G1 Bay, career batting average of 238. OPS of 623, the 1-1. Misses high and out of the zone. 2-1. Definitely not a guy you want to be tiptoeing around. Standing on deck is Andrew McCutchen. The 2-1 from Lopez. Swing and lifts it high down the left field line. Will it stay in play, giving Chase's Kelnick? It'll bend just out of play into the seats that jet out towards the corner of left field. 2 strikes. So a 2-2 count. Sun coming up bright right now. The 2-2 pitch swung on, lifted into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. That will easily score the runner. Pirates lead at 1-0. RBI single by Bay, just kind of a weakly hit ball. Hit it on the edge of the bat and dropped it in between second and short. But it'll look like a hot shot in the scorecards. Pirates lead 1-0. So 1 on, 1 out. First pitch on the way to Trump is in the dirt. He jumps up to look Bay back. Bay in 123 games does have 28 stolen bases. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Slider off the edge, 1-1. Braves infield back into the left. The 1-1 from Lopez. Kicks and fires, fastball, and the ball comes flying out of Tromp's hands as Bay steals second with ease. He didn't get the greatest of jumps, but Chadwick Tromp jumped up and the ball just couldn't get a handle on it. I don't know if he would have gotten him or not, but Bay didn't look like he'd gotten a great jump. He just has really good speed. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the slider off the edge. 1 away. So 1 down. You make the argument with Lopez and Tromp on the at-bat with Bay. They were so concerned as the first pitch on the way to Reynolds is a slider off the edge for a ball. It's 1-0. They were so concerned with trying to keep the runner from moving from second to third with there's no outs in the inning that I think they got a little too cute, and that's how Bay was able to sneak that shot by. The 1-0 pitch swung on, grounded hard over to Ozzie. He'll get it, flip it over to first, and it's a 4-3 put out, 2 away. And I get that, the strategy behind that, but at the same time, when it's early in the game like that, go after those weak-hitting batters, get your outs, and you'll prevent a crooked run from getting up on the board. So 2 down, and now they're Connor Joe, the number 3 hitter for the Pirates, stands in. Joe, first pitch on the way, slider off the edge. It's 1-0. Connor Joe, 1 for 1 on the day. Hit a single into right center field his first time up. Righty, the pitch. Fastball just grabs the top of the zone. Kisses it high. It's 1-1. Seattle and Washington are tied up at 1 in the 5th. I believe that was Julio Rodriguez that just went yard. Could be mistaken. The 1-1. Swung on, grounded over towards short. Arceus got it, slips, fires, gets him out at first. A 6-3 put out by the vacuum. The Magic Kingdom will send us to break. We'll grab the bats, heading to the top of the 4th, trailing by only 1.
Never make a shopping list. Just forget half of the you were supposed to get. Be a man.
Hello, these are the worst things my wife has done since Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift started dating. Number 1, she wants to watch the game. She has no concern over which team wins or how the game is played. She just wants to show me pictures of Taylor in the box or talk about what they're going to do after the season's over or where he's going to join her on tour. Number 2, she's learning. Now, normally, I am all for people expanding their minds, except when it is to just hurt my feelings. Like, for instance, she learned the other day that Travis Kelce's position is called the tight end. She asked when I played football, was my position called the little flat end? Not only was this hurtful, but it was a sweet chirp. Number 3, she gave me a nickname. Travis Kelce has many nicknames, one of them being the Big Yeti. When my wife learned this, she started calling me the Big Spaghetti, saying that I look like I eat more pasta than he does. Another sweet chirp. Damn you, woman. And number 4, she gets mad when I don't remember things I don't know. Not only is my wife obsessed with Travis and Taylor, she's also obsessed with the entire Kelce family. She asked me the other day when she couldn't recall what Jason Kelce's oldest daughter's name was. And finally, She asked if the losing team in the Super Bowl gets any bowl at all.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Today ain't the day for a hoe to try me.
Laborers leave the shade and quiet of a shop for the sun and fury of a ball ground. They stand and they exercise for hours. They attest that they mean to be men and not machines. Athletic games carry men back to their days of childhood. There is indeed, morally, a home base in all of them, as there is literally in baseball.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Marcell Ozuna takes the first pitch inside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Down and away, curveball misses, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Braves trail 1-0. Bit of a delay, some kind of a debris on the field. I believe it was a ball tossed into the stands for the fans. So we'll go back to it. That wasn't a timeout on the pitcher or the batter on that one. The 2-1 from Keller. Swing, and that ball's lifted into left center field, making a diving catch. Wow. Bay had to lay out for that one. That ball was scalded towards the gap. And he just gets there in time. That was a heck of a catch by Ji-Hwan Bae. That'll bring Matt Olson to the plate. Matt Olson takes the first pitch and hammers it into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And your Atlanta Braves got something cooking here in the top of the fourth inning. Runner on first, one out. Orlando Arcia coming to the plate. They've got some good swings on Keller. First pitch on the way is 90 at the top, misses high, but called for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty, pitch on the way, swung on, lifted high into center field. Lazy fly ball into the glove of Bay. 2 down. Arcia looks surprised every time he opens wide open and then gets underneath the pitch. Still don't quite understand him batting in front of Harris versus righties, and then it seems like they do it the exact opposite versus lefties. It's odd. First pitch on the way to Harris is curveball on the outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. I guess they're trying to prevent the lefty trying to bust it up lefty-righty down the line. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing, and that ball is slapped into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. We've got runners on first and second. 2 outs. The tying run is now in scoring position. Jerry Keltnick coming to the plate. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Jared Keltnick, who had a single stolen from him in right field the first time up. First pitch is a sweeper down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. We're coming to the end of the second time through the lineup. These guys should have a pretty good idea of what they're seeing. Chadwick Tromp stands on deck. So keep that in mind. They could be pitching around Keltnick. The 1-0. Swing, and that ball is slapped down the left field line. Just foul. little behind on that pitch. The way that ball left the bat, was hoping that was one of those ones that's going to drop fair, even though you don't realistically earn the base hit. So a 1-1 count, the pitch. Swung on, hit hard on the right side. That's going to get down for a base hit. Here comes Matt Olson. He's coming around. He scores, and your Atlanta Braves have tied it up 1-1. Good piece of hitting by Kelnick. Same thing he did the first time up. Took an inside curveball and hammered it into right field. This time, got over it a little bit and kept it down, and it went right between the 4-3 hole. Good piece of hitting. That throw to home plate was a little closer than I thought it was. As the first pitch to Trump, swinging a miss coming out of his shoes. It's 0-1. When the hind catcher, Grandal, got the ball, Olson's foot was just hitting home plate. The 0-1 swung on, chopped over towards second. Should be easy play. 4-3 put out, and that'll end the inning. But not for your Atlanta Braves. Put one on the board. We're tied up in Pittsburgh. We'll be back in a flash. Raylo goes back to work.
Heavenly Father, we thank you tonight for all your blessings. You said in all things give thanks. So we want to thank you tonight. Thank you for the Dodges and the Toyotas. Thank you for the Fords. And most of all, Lord, I want to thank you for my smoking hot wife. In Jesus' name, boogity, 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 amen.
Okay, so look, this vehicle that I'm sitting in could burst into flames and burn down around me, and it'd just be me, the seat, and steering wheel left, and I'd be like, oh, gotta get a new whip, you know. But I wouldn't flip out. But if you put whipped cream on my vanilla shake at McDonald's, I'm tearing the golden arches off this building. Because why is it on there? I know I said don't put it on there, and I know that because I was standing here when I told you not to put it on there. Corey, your house is burning to the ground. It will be no more if you don't stop it. Oh, my house is a bit of a sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. It's cool, I'll rebuild. But if I step in water with my socks on, oh my...
The Indians were confident, outspoken, and quick to remind Atlanta that they had lost both World Series they had played. But thanks to their superb pitching, Atlanta won 3 out of the first 5 games. In Game 6, Bobby Cox sent Tom Glavine out to try to secure the Braves' first World Series title since 1957, when they were in Milwaukee. Atlanta fans who had booed Glavine unmercifully on opening day for being a player representative cheered him on as he went to work on Cleveland's powerful lineup. Glavine pitched away from batters all night, continually locating his fastballs and changeups along the outside edges of the plate. He allowed just 1 hit in 8 innings. David Justice's solo home run in the 6th was all the scoring the Braves would need.
Baerga is 0 for 3. Left center field. Grissom on the run. The team of the 90s has its world championship.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Ronaldo Lopez will go back to work. Bottom of the 4th inning, 1-1 your score. Lopez at 44 pitches through 3. The first pitch to O'Neal Cruz is a swing and a miss strike. Slider down and in, it's 0-1. The 0-1 kicks and fires. Down below the knees, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. 4-seam fastball. Misses outside, 2-1. Braves 1, Pirates 1. The 2-1 pitch. Swing, and that ball's fouled back out of play. Evens up the count 2-2. O'Neal Cruz will take his allotted time out. Righty-lefty. The pitch on the way. In the dirt, 3-2. You got a full count. Lopez kicks and fires in the dirt, nowhere near the zone. Ball 4. So Cruz will lead off with the walk. That always spells trouble. O'Neal Cruz. Four stolen bases this year. Keep an eye on that. Nick Gonzalez comes to the plate. Righty matchup. The first pitch to Gonzalez is nowhere near the zone. Slider misses. 1-0. Tromp and Lopez out there nibbling, working themselves into a jam. So a 1-0 count. Swing and fouls it back 97 miles an hour up top, 1-1. If it turns into the battle of the bullpens, the Braves do have the upper hand. Braves with the number 4 bullpen in all of baseball. Number 2 in the National League, just behind the Dodgers. The 1-1 swung on, lifted high into right field. Going back on the track. It is off the wall. Acuna taking forever to get the ball and get it back in. Flips it back in, and O'Neal Cruz will score. It's going to be a double, but it really should be, a triple standing on third. But I would think you're going to give an error to Acuna. Really should have been, honest engine. That was a terrible defensive play once again by Ronald Acuna Jr. Ball almost left the building. And then Acuna kind of fumbled it around a little bit, and that enabled runner to get to third. First pitch on the way is swung on and hammered into the left. Here comes the throw by Kelenic. He airmails it. Good Lord. It's 3-1. Kelenic did not have his body weight underneath him. He launched that ball, 10 feet over the head of the catcher. Snicker is looking to see if maybe Gonzalez tagged left early. I don't see the replay until as the first pitch on the way to Grandal is off the plate wide for a ball. It's 1-0. The replay didn't show anything because the camera work was pretty bad, and all you saw was them fixating on Kelenic. There was not a wide shot that was shown. The 1-0 lifted high into left field. Going back, making the catch is Jerry Kelenic. 2 away. So 2 down. Looks like they did give an error to Ronald Acuna Jr., as they should. They're calling that an earned run right now, but it'll most likely take off the board. If Lopez can keep him here. First pitch on the way to Triolo is inside. Slider misses. It's 1-0. Triolo hammered a double down the line his first time up. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Slider over the top. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Pitch on the way. Fastball right there at the knees. 1-2. Pittsburgh 3, Atlanta 1. The 1-2. Well off the plate wide. 1-2. 2-2, excuse me. So a 2-2 count. The pitch. Nowhere near the zone. Full count. The 3-2 from Lopez. Swing and pops it up high over towards first. Will it stay in play? Also to make the catch, and that'll end the inning. But not before Lopez coughs up a couple with the help of the defensive error by Acuna.
It's not that hard, Scott. Tell him, Wash.
It's incredibly hard.
Babe, do you like my nails like this? Or do you think I need to make them longer?
Do you want the truth or the husband answer?
Why do you have to be such a smartass?
Do you want the truth or the husband answer?
I know you're gonna piss me off. Give me the husband answer.
It looks amazing the way it is. Love it.
Thank you. Give me the truth.
Don't give a
little gamesmanship here. Davey Johnson just came out of the dugout and confiscated Alex Rodriguez's bat. Ken Griffey Jr. just flipped Rodriguez his bat. Say, here, use mine.
We have learned that the president did indeed tell Ken Starr that he had an inappropriate relationship with Monica Lewinsky. That was expected.
To a country transfixed by the revelation that the president had cheated on his wife and lied about it, Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa provided a welcome distraction.
In baseball, it's not always true what Mae West said when she said, too much of a good thing is wonderful.
Steve Wilstein, a reporter covering McGwire for the Associated Press, broke a story that cast doubt on the legitimacy of the home run chase.
You know, I was standing by McGuire's locker in St. Louis, waiting for him to come out of the shower. And there were about a dozen or more reporters there. And these are open stalls. And on his top shelf, he's got a picture of his son. And there's also this bottle of something I didn't know. And I wrote down the name of it, and I just, in my notes, spelled out androstenedione.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Zach Shorts, high and out of the zone for a ball. It's 1-0. Braves trail 3-1. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. 1-1. So a 1-1 count, swung on, lifted high into right center field, making the catch. On the run is Bay. He's been extremely busy today, one away. One down, and we flip back over to the top of the order. Braves have gotten some solid swings on Keller at the top of the lineup, just haven't gotten a lot of them to fall. First pitch on the way to Acuna is 93 inside, 1-0. The 1-0 to Ronnie. Pitch on the way. Grabs the top of the zone supposedly called by Hunter Wenstadt. Evens up the count 1-1. The 1-1, that one did grab the zone. Sweeper taken all the way 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Righty, pitch on the way, swinging. That ball's hit hard on the ground, on his knees, making a diving stab is Triolo, but Ronald Acuna Jr. hustles down the line this time, and he's in for a one-out infield single. Not much of a chance of him being able to get him from one knee. Triolo just put it in his pocket. The ball got bobbled at the beginning, and then I think even if he gets it out, throwing off the one knee fading away, that's going to be, at best case scenario, an infield single. Worst case, he could have thrown that into the dugout. First pitch to Ozzie is swung on and popped up, giving away another at bat, and that'll be a quick out number 2. 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and he was fading back. I'd have to go back and compare them, but I swear it seems like Acuna is standing well off the plate compared to where he was last year. And I don't know if it's because he's gotten hit so many times, he's gotten very timid. And it could just be my imagination, but it seems like he is standing like 7 feet off the plate, is having to dive at the ball. Marcell Ozuna will come to the plate. He represents the tying run. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch from Keller. Way outside wide. Acuna goes. Do they have him? They do not. He steals second base with ease. One thing that has not slumped with Ronald Acuna Jr. is his speed. Acuna, 16th stolen base on the year. Head first slide. He had a really good jump. The 1-0 pitch to Ozuna is down below the knees for a ball 2-0, excuse me. Acuna dancing back and forth back there at second. I mean, I don't really see the advantage to stealing third unless you're just trying to pad stats. The 2-0, 2 out, the pitch. Swung on, slapped towards left field, going back on the track, making the catch at the wall. Standing on the warning track with his back against the wall for a loud out number 3. Good Lord, that was close.
Pretty old man.
Yeah, I'm 30 years older than you are. Had my back broke once and my hip twice. And on my worst day, I could beat the hell out of you.
I don't think so.
You will.
Do y'all realize that when your man tells you you're beautiful without makeup on, that he really means it? Do you realize that when he tells you he loves seeing you in a baggy t-shirt and messy hair, that he really means it? Sure, he loves seeing you all done up and dolled up, makeup on, cute outfit, ready to go out, but that's for the whole world to see. Only he gets to see you in your raw form, and he fell in love with that. He chooses to love you in all forms. Your spouse is the only person who chooses to love you for who you are. Your parents love you because you're their child. Your children love you because you're their parent. Do not take a good love and a good spouse for granted because it is truly rare.
Androstenedione was marketed as a nutritional supplement. Because it raised testosterone levels, it would eventually be classified as an anabolic steroid. But thanks to government deregulation, it was sold over the counter.
I remember thinking, how do you spell androstenedione? We knew nothing about a drug like that. It was very new on the radar. And I remember looking it up and not really understanding what the heck is this. I can't say there was a complete surprise. There had been rumors out there, and of course McGuire denied it, said he knew nothing about it, but this was something tangible. This was a bottle of something in that locker, something that should have made us question a little deeper. Well, what does it do, and what is going on outside of just that one locker? Because certainly he couldn't be the only person.
Andro, as it was called, had already been banned by the National Football League and International Olympic Committee, and General Nutrition Centers had pulled it from their shelves 2 months earlier. But Major League Baseball said they didn't know anything about it and had no rule against its use.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Ronaldo Lopez to Bay. He's right there at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty, the 0-1 swung on, ball hammered into right field, making a jumping catch is Acuna just before the warning track went away. Kind of misplayed it, got turned around, then had to hop. He went to his left and realized the ball was going towards his right, spun around. I don't know if he needed a hop, but he did get up that catch on the hop. So 1 down, and McCutchen comes in. First pitch on the way to McCutchen is sawed off, foul and out of play. It's 0-1. Rays and Royals tied at 2 in the 6th. The 0-1 swing, and that ball's lifted high and deep. Going back on the track. Making a leaping catch at the wall is Michael the Hawk Harris. Holy cow. Ronaldo Lopez is getting pounded today. There's been a couple of really good defensive plays, but none better than that one. starting to think that was going to carry out of the building. So 2 down. Pitch on the way to Reynolds is a four-seam fastball in, way off the plate. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Nowhere near the zone. Curveball misses. 2-0. Since Lopez has not gotten those extra days of rest like he got at the beginning of the year, as the 2-0 pitch down below the knees, four-seam fastball, ball 3-0. He's really been getting hit much harder. You wonder if they're going to try to go back to that, try to get him the 5 days rest, sometimes 6. 3-0 pitch swung on, slapped into right field. That's down for a base hit. So 1 on and 2 out, and that'll bring Connor Joe to the plate. Lopez at 70 pitches here in the 5th. So still low enough he can get out of this. Running back out there for the 6th inning. And are you kidding me? They're bringing out another rain delay? Well, they are. Acuna's trying to wave off the rain delay. I don't blame him. Look at the radar here. You almost wonder if this is shenanigans. Bottom of the 5th inning. There's no actual rain being dropped right now on the field. And it looks like we're going into a rain delay. I'm going to check the weather at PNC Park right now. So a little while ago, they were saying it was just going to be partly cloudy. Now they're showing possible thunderstorms. And if there's much of a delay, that'll about do it for us because we got things that we're doing tonight. So we'll see what kind of shenanigans they are up to. We'll keep the feet up for a little while, y'all. We're heading to a rain delay, looks like. Braves trail 3-1 in the 5th. They would still... Technically, the game could get called because of rain. We'll be back if they come back, if it's in a timely manner. We will head to break and keep an eye on the weather. Rain delay in Pittsburgh. Really, a lot of it will have to do with how many folks are still tuned in as well. We're going to head to a rain delay, and Pittsburgh leads 3-1. Technically, they could dip out with the rain out. We'll be back when they come back. All right, let's do it today. I thought this would be a good topic. When you start talking about a lot of things in the world of baseball, one of the biggest arguments that I get or hear as well in conversations I'm not even involved in, but I listen to a lot of sports talk radio. I consume a lot of sports talk in general, whether it's television or radio. And there is always this misconception, or the perception is wildly off on how popular baseball is. I hear this more and more from younger folks in the sports talk industry, and I do believe that a lot of it has to do with they're buying into the narrative that they have heard repeatedly on outlets like ESPN and other entities that are trying to push baseball aside because they didn't go all in and spend the money to put baseball on their networks. So they're trying to push it down. I really do. It's a form of almost like the common term now, shadow banning. It's a form of that where they are putting it down because they don't want you to think it's cool anymore, right? The numbers show otherwise. If you look through the numbers over every year, from year to year, the last several years, it's actually gotten more popular. But the misbelief that the NBA is more popular than baseball is just wildly wrong. And it's even gotten more popular over the last few years and growing. And some of it had to do with the fact that the NBA did more to ruin their brand than I would say it was baseball building their brand. I think a lot of folks that used to watch some NBA and a lot of baseball have tuned out, and now they're spending more time watching Major League Baseball. Some of it has been because baseball's taken measures to try to improve the game. Pace of play. The clock, right? Also, things like, and I always thought this was very interesting, when I first started hearing the conversations of banning the shift, the clock, etc., just like a lot of other purists, I dug my heels in.